All right, we are here with UC Santa Barbara head coach Tim Vom Steeg and student athletes Kaden Standish and Dominic Franco. Thank you. After a 3-2 win in the 2025 Big West Men's Soccer Championship semifinals, Coach, can you start us off with an opening statement? Then we'll open up the floor to questions.
Sure. Again, we're thrilled to have won the game. Davis is it's a hard team to beat in the tournament because they're big, they're physical, they're strong. They can turn the game more direct, and they put a lot of pressure on you up front in terms of handling balls. So I thought we came out great. I thought we were going to hope to take advantage of the fact that they played Wednesday and we didn't. So we tried to jump all over them in the first 15 minutes, and we created 5 or 6 chances. We had a couple cross balls, we had a couple shots, we had a lot of things going on, but kind of like what's happened all year a little bit, we've had trouble finding the back of the net. So even though we got on top of them in the first 15, 20 minutes, we didn't get the goal. And then, of course, like all good teams, they'll settle back in, and they started playing. And then the game evened out. They got the goal a little bit out of nothing in terms of just the ball flipped back in the box, and we didn't clear our line. It was kind of a defensive mistake. So now we're down 1-0. And I think part of what we've done all year, it happened in the second half against Northridge. We came in knowing that we had to beat Northridge. We were down a goal, down a man, and we just opened the thing up, meaning we might give something up, like a second goal, but if we force Davis to run up and down the field with us, it's going to create openings for us. So we opened up the second half. We stretched the game out. We made it a running game, and then just assumed that my center backs could run with people. We did go to 3 in the back so that we could take care of the 2 forwards. But then after that, we brought in some runners. So Dom came in, gave us great running. And then, of course, at halftime, we brought Booba in, kind of missing link to a little bit of our offense all year, at least certainly the last 10 games. And in 25 minutes, he ran around them 5, 6, 7 times. And it was that spark that we needed. And then it just worked. 3 goals is, I think, the most we've had all season. So that was great, and we needed all 3. So yeah, thrilled about our performance. Thrilled about the. It's thrown around the character of team. It is extremely difficult, almost impossible, to beat Cal Poly at Cal Poly. This team did this. So after they did that, I knew we could come back and tie a man down in Northridge. I knew they could come back and win tonight because there is something about this team that doesn't want to lose. And so at this point, we're excited that Irvine, to be honest with you, I think Irvine winning sets up what I think will be a great game on Friday.
Questions? Coach?
Yes, sir.
So obviously last season, UC Davis comes in here in the finals and you end up losing 2-0. Earlier, I think a few weeks ago, you go to Davis, you tie 0-0. How much did you use those 2 games to formulate your game plan and end up getting a win tonight?
Well, for sure, we used a lot of last year because they came in and just dominated the field, which they can do. When they go with Goodman and Lillington up front and they start dumping balls into those 2 guys, they are really hard players to handle, and a lot of it was coming off of them. So the key, though, was that part, but the key for us was to turn this into a running game. And these guys had played 110 minutes on Wednesday night. So we knew if we could get them into a running game into the second half, keep running, obviously not concede a second goal. So again, it's like we talked about, you just find a way to win. And this team is very resilient right now, and I think we're hard to beat right now.
I have a question for Standish. You're on the receiving end of a lot of physicality from the other team throughout the game, but in spite of that, you were still able to really sort of be at the forefront offensively. So I guess how did it feel in your head at that moment when you scored that goal in the second half after so many opportunities in the first?
Yeah, I think the first thing that went in my head was my grandpa recently passed away October 9th. So I think a lot of this, what I'm doing this season, is for him. And like right here I have my wrist tape, and it's for him. And a lot of it, he always supported me. He went to all my games. He was always watching on ESPN+. And the last thing he said to me was like, I was proud of you. So I think that's a lot of what kind of pushes me to be a little bit better, knowing that going into this game, if I don't give everything, it's kind of letting him down, letting my family down, letting the team down. So I think knowing that, I have to do more than, what I did last year, do more than I did the previous game. It's like a good mentality for me, and I definitely use that today for sure.
Coach, congrats on the win.
Thank you.
It seemed like you guys came out in the second half with like a sense of urgency of like, we need to win this game at all costs. Was there like a particular motivational speech you gave the team at halftime, or was it just like go out and just give it your all?
So the short answer to that is 575 games later, I've learned that there's very little that I say because most of the players already at this point of the year kind of know it. But you don't always know what kind of response you're going to get. And as I said, you're always looking for moments and times. And I've spent more time this year dealing with individual players than necessarily the collective group. But what's been kind of unique about our experience this year is that we've had players who might have checked themselves out for not having a lot of minutes, not a lot of time. We've had a lot of players that have just really stayed after it. And so you can give the speech, hey, next person's up, and you're like, yeah, but it's not going to happen. You can say that all day long, but ultimately a player has to have enough character to believe in the fact that I may get the opportunity. And I think all my players know that if you train well and you play well, it doesn't matter where you are on the roster. If I need you at that moment, you're going to play. So Kobe came in with 15 minutes left. He hasn't played in 3-4 games and gave me a great 10, 15 minutes. Obviously, Dom, it's kind of a Cinderella story in terms of him getting that goal. But that's a culmination of him showing up every single day and training and playing hard, even though the minutes weren't there at the beginning of the year. So that's, again, for me, yeah, I can give speeches and all the rest, but ultimately each player has to decide whether or not they're going to make something of their season and stay with it. And we have a roster of guys that so far have stayed with us, have not been discouraged, and we've stayed after it. Here we are, one more game to go somewhere.
I have a question.
Yes.
You said like your grandpa did pass me on for that. What's something that you did today that you want to carry into the championship? Actually, like you have anything more action high. What's something you think you would bring to the championship game?
I think a lot of it is just confidence. Coming off of this game, I was coming in like knowing that this is a break or make moment. We lose, we go home. We win, we just keep fighting. And I think going into next game, I just want to go out, give them my all, and then I think the biggest thing for us, especially in the locker room, is knowing that last year we got robbed of the Big West tournament, right? So knowing that we don't want to have that same feeling, knowing that we have a good team and we think if everything goes well, we have a really good run in the tournament. And I think kind of looking at that every day is like the biggest piece for us, especially the team going into especially the finals.
Dominic Franco. So you came off the bench, replaced Standish and great goal, by the way. What was going through your mind when you received that pass and it was just you and the keeper?
Well, yeah, I saw Booba 1v1 on the sideline. I was like, oh, he's definitely going to beat him. And then Zach made a perfect near post run, and I was screaming at Zach to let the ball go. I was like, please leave it. So I was wide open and then just tucked it in near post. And not much was going through my head, honestly. Just run to my teammates.
Those benches cleared for you immediately. The first goal of the season. What was going through your head in the moment after the goal? Celebrating with your teammates.
Oh my gosh, let's defend.
It's true.
Any other questions?
Coach, I would like to get your thoughts on the goal by Dominic Franco. It's his fourth game, and he finally got his first goal. And like you said, it's a very big Cinderella story. So can you elaborate a little bit more what you think about him as a player?
Well, again, players kind of come in and out, and again, there's expectations when you come into your fifth season, and certainly the expectation is that you're going to contribute a lot on the field. It didn't happen early. But again, I give him a lot of credit because every single day of practice, he's stayed after it. He's a huge personality, just so you know. He's got a lot to say about everything. The practices are intense. When we prepare for our penalty kicks, Dom is the single heckler. So he personally makes fun of you as you're about to take a PK to see if they can actually get in your head. So he serves that role. But in the game like tonight, and a game against Northridge, what we absolutely needed tonight was energy, running, commitment, and just a lot of movement. And what he did was he started his run at midfield. He, some players may not have ran all the way up because it would have taken 3 passes to get the ball back to him. So we won the ball in midfield. It got played out. We went across. Booba got the ball, and he kept his run going. And he gave himself that opportunity. I will say this. I actually, of all the players when it comes to finishing, Dom is our 6v6, small-sided leading goal scorer in UCSB history. That is a shot he has taken on 6v6. I had absolutely no doubt where it was going to go. He looked off the keeper that side. He went that way. So after he touched the ball, some of the other guys I'm not sure I feel that confident about. But I knew Dom would bury that.
Thanks, Coach.
Anything else? All right, thank you.
Hey, Friday night.
Yes, sir.